you get a chance to talk to Colt, we assume?
Yes, we did have a chance to talk, and obviously covered kind of just a inappropriate forum for the entire situation. He, in hindsight, obviously regrets a lot of what went on and what was said and how it was said, and that's part of the reason why we don't talk directly to the media members, and media members don't directly contact our guys. And as you know, after that, it's a non-issue.
So how easy is it to turn the page?
Extremely easy.
Why is that?
Because it's our standard, it's our policy, it's our team. This is all about our team, and our team wholly understands what's going on and what transpired, and it's all about the team.
You obviously would have hoped that he learns to just talk to you straight after a situation like that, I would assume.
We definitely talked about the right way to handle things, and going forward, hopefully, he'll learn from that.
So what is the takeaway for that? What's the valuable life lesson?
Well, I think that there's a lot of valuable life lessons from a lot of things, and those will remain within our kind of the confines of our conversation. Handling things internally of that nature is certainly a big one. He's part of a team. He's part of a team in that regard, and there's a way you handle things on a team and a way not to, and we try to do the things that contribute to being a positive member of a team.
You always talk about the fact that you learn from situations too yourself and everything that you do. Do you feel like you learned something from it, and as far as verbiage goes, or do you stick to it?
I do stick to it. From that standpoint of, I still don't understand how. Circumstances. I said that 1,000 times so far this year. Circumstances of a game can be you were up by a lot. You're not going to throw the ball as much, whatever that may involve, and certainly to Colt or the other guys that I used that in describing them. In no way, shape, or form was that ever intended to be negative. From now on, I would certainly be able to. I can say that's our policy, and then you'll be mad about that, and I understand that. Like I said the other night, it would be way easier for me if I said this guy was 2 to 4 weeks. This guy has a head cold. This guy has this and that. I don't think that's the best thing for our program. We don't think that's the best thing for our program. And sometimes the easy thing isn't the right thing, and that's fine.
If a guy was suspended, would you announce it?
Say that again?
If a guy were suspended, would you announce
Definitely,
it?
definitely. If a person is suspended for an off-field reason or something of that nature, absolutely. Absolutely.
Are you going to get circumstances patented so that nobody can use it? Have some shirts made.
We're working on it. Yeah, through legal, we're working on that. Yeah.
Good bye-week practice.
It was. Yeah, we kind of did some creative things today. I'm going to actually start a website complaining about our play calling today, because I had some of the players called, both the offenses and defenses. The officiating was spectacular. That was me. But got some good work in. Just trying to work, stay in condition, be on rhythm, and still get better. Get better for the quote unquote top tier guys, and then develop our depth a lot.
This is a relatively early bye week for you. Is there a good time or a bad time for bye weeks?
Probably, if you were picking and choosing of when it comes up, you might pick and choose a certain week. This one's perfect because this is when it takes place for us, and it's between non-conference play and conference play. Gives our guys a weird opportunity before school to start to have a little bit more downtime off the field, but you're still going to try to utilize it the same way. Stay healthy and get better.
Johnny have a little like swagger to him today at practice?
No, he always works hard. He's always been a confident guy, and we want our younger guys coming in. At this point, they've all been here since either June or July, kind of based on when their high school was done, and so those guys they're seasoned veterans.
Was there a difference in his route running compared to when Colt's out there? What's the difference between them two as tight ends, if you were describing?
I don't know. It's every guy is different from every other guy a little bit, but Johnny's got a very bright future. Has had a great fall camp. He was one of the first guys. Kind of when we started identifying guys that we thought were going to contribute as true freshmen, he was one of the first guys that came up in discussion, other than probably Matt Wogan. who kind of coaches thought would. So his work and his effort has been outstanding.
Now that you've seen him, is there a way to start drawing up maybe double tight end plays that utilize him and Colt at the same time?
We've done a ton of that kind of stuff in the past. You look back to whether it was Ed and David Paulson or some of those guys. There's a lot of great stuff that kind of neutralizes a defense out of that type of an alignment. And Johnny and Evan Bayless did a great job in the game. We had some of that going into the game for those guys, and so just depends on who's rolling.
You said the kicking battle's on go right now.
Sorry.
Is there a certain point in time you think, or what will it ultimately? I mean, obviously Alejandro missed the field goal, Matt made one.
Right.
Last game.
Yeah.
Obviously, we could look into that and say that.
It's still ongoing, and until there's a significant separation in the when you look at those field goals, one was good by about 5 inches and one missed by about 5 inches, and then going back to Virginia, Matt had a couple of lower kicks that got tipped, and so it's just not a decisive. This guy's way better than the other guy at this point, and I don't think that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think those guys have been practicing really well with confidence and gone into the game confidently. So I don't think it's been a drawback at all.
So if you were to have a close game at this point down the stretch, and you have someone go out there and kick a potential game-winning field goal, is that going to be based off of how that game's going and your hunch at that point?
Probably. Just situationally, Matt has a little bit bigger leg. If it was a deeper kick today, he'd be the guy. I was kind of making notes to that effect the other day in practice of all the things that have, occurred. But yeah, it's kind of if the ball was on the arbitrary 22-yard line, it would be, talk to Coach Oz and go.
Do you see or enjoy being home now instead of being out on the road for recruiting during bye week?
A couple of players were asking me that of it's just different. I like being on the road and recruiting and selling quote unquote Oregon football is fun. Being away from your family and being away from your team is not, and so that blend is neutralized somewhat. But we had a really good work day today, and being around our guys is always fun.